Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Strv 103B. It's a tier 10 Swedish tank destroyer. It's located on the eastbourne of Malinovka encounter and it's under the command of YoMamas. Well, this battle may look a little strange, and the reason for that was that the replay file wouldn't run on my computer, but it would run on YoMamas' computer. So he recorded the battle for me and I've recorded the commentary to go with it, and we've edited the two together. Now he's got a 105mm gun capable of 390 alpha, fairly fast reload time, and well, he's gone to siege mode and it looks like a couple of enemy tanks have turned up in the dip just below him. Flies around into a T-54, gets a penetration of 423, that's a high roll. Oh, that was an Arty round! The enemy has a Conqueror gun carriage and he was just too high up that spotting hill and, well, suffered a near miss. Not a direct hit, but he lost 331 hit points from that shot, but still got loads. T-54 fired a round back at him but bounced off the armour. Puts a round through the Centurion 7-1, right through the side. As you can see, it's a very fast reload time. Tried to get a shot on the T-57 Heavy. Briefly saw a T-10 dive through the camera, and that was a dirt round from the T-49 right through the side for 369. So he's down to about, well, half his hit points now. Tries a round at the T-57 Heavy, didn't go through. Only got the top of a mouse there. Couldn't get it in. Hit the cliff edge, I think. See a number of tanks, and there's that T-49. It looks like he's being chased by our teammates. Just below us we've got an IS-32 and that standard B. It's a tier 10 battle with tier 9 tanks in it, and he's just taken out the M46 Patton. Trying to get a shot on that T-57. Nope, didn't work again. He's having a lot of difficulty trying to hit that one. Lining it up. Yes! That's a hit. Takes out the T-57 Heavy, so he's now got 2 kills. 60 TP moving up. The enemy's being very careful not to actually come too close to the cliff edge because they know that somebody's sniping up at the hill. You can see our Arty's working hard because some of the enemy tanks are stunned. And it looks like the enemy team is actually doing rather well because despite the fact that they're both fighting it out over the windmill, both teams are actually slightly further back from the windmill, but the enemy team is moving forward. Checking to see where those enemy tanks are, the standard B and the IS-32, because they could come around the corner any moment and try to take him out. Okay, there's the M10. Just misses him. It's 60 TP in the mouse, pushing forward. Just got the top of the turret, and he gets a hit. 373, it's a low roll, going for the 60 TP this time. One through the side of the turret, and it's a high roll, 422. T10 just comes through the camera again. There he is coming down. And there's a Yaru up there as well. That's the 60 TP. No, just misses him. And that is an IS-7, and he's been tracked and he's killed, so that's the 3rd kill now for YoMamas. Going for the 60 TP, changes his mind. 60 TP still pulling back, he fires around in, hits the ridgeline. Oh, this is really tough because there's not much to play with here. 60 TP moves forward, takes, oh, well, it was a non-penetrating shot, but here he comes into camera. Can he get the shots in? Gets one hit. A high roll again, 397. He's pushed forward. Takes another hit for 393. And he seems to be rather tracked at the moment. And now he's dead. Back in the garage. Jaeger comes into view. Could not get that one through the armour, but he's going for the cupola. Fires around him. The laser accuracy of that 105mm gun penetrates the cupola, and he gets some more hit points. Nope, that one didn't go through. Didn't hit the right angle. Now that T-49's still out there, and he's still dicing away with our teammates. Looks like he's running away from our Object 432 though. Trying to get a shot on that mouse. No. Oh! And there goes the T-10. That's his 5th kill. So one more, he gets the Top Gun. And there's the T-49. The one who hit him at the start. Yep, takes him out. That's the Top Gun. Very satisfying indeed. Well, he's come out of siege mode temporarily. And gone straight back in again. So, to the north, we've got a Jaeger up on the hill, we've got a Super Conk somewhere around the spawn point, and a Conqueror gun carriage. There's 4 left on the enemy team, and 5 on our team. There's still the potential, he could still get a Pools medal. He'd only take 2 kills to get a Radley's. I think he's going to try and see if he can hunt down some of the enemy to the north. Trouble is they have to land in their favour up here, so because they've got that tree line, which is very difficult to spot enemy tanks if they're in amongst the trees, but it's fairly easy for them to spot our guys as they approach. He's using the terrain to his advantage. I saw a tree go down just in front of him. There was a tree going down just in there. He's gone to siege mode again. Now, these tanks are actually run by a gas turbine engine which supplies all the power they need. And, well, there's one at the Tank Museum at Bovingdon, and there's also one at Aslains, the Tank Museum in Sweden. And there's a video online if you want to see of one in operation. I think it was Safety Line who got to actually see what it looks like and how it feels and sounds when it's in motion. And on that occasion the driver of the tank was a lady. And another tree goes down, so we know somebody's close to us, only a short distance away. 3 grid squares. Now what he's doing by repositioning here is very dangerous, because there's another tree going down there. It seems to me that the enemy might see him if he makes this move, but he's going to try and get close to that mouse. He's been spotted and takes a round in the side from the Super Conqueror. 398 hit points lost, unfortunately. And now he's only on 702. He's found the mouse. And that was a round from the enemy Arty, who appears to be up the hill. Oh! Puts a round into the Jaeger. High roll. We'll try another one. Tracks him. Nice one. Goes for the lower plate, but doesn't get a shot. Well, there's the Super Conk, and the Super Conk's now exchanging rounds with our Object 432. He's got no shot because they're below the ridgeline. I think he's going to have to come out of siege mode and chase after. Still in siege mode. He'd be creeping up on him very, very slowly. Best to come out of it. They're exchanging fire. Yeah, he's come out of siege mode. That grating on the front of the tank, if you didn't know, actually prevents heat rounds from reaching the armour, because they would just slice their way through. Well, there goes the Object 432, so it's a good job that YoMamas did come over here. And the Super Conk is stunned. Goes to siege mode. 2 seconds. And takes the Super Conk out. 1 shot. Okay, back out of siege mode. He's now got to find and kill the Jaeger, who's the last member of the enemy team alive. And if he wants to get that Radley Walters, because The Conqueror gun carriage is being wiped out, but if he wants to get a Radley's, he has to kill that Jaeger. Now the Jaeger's got a 17cm gun, which is a pack gun, an anti-tank gun, very, very powerful, but it has weak spots on the front of the vehicle, that flat plate. There it is, go for the corner. Didn't penetrate the armour and bounced around that came back off him. Got that one in. Now can he get the kill shot? He needs to go for the cupola or that flat surface. Yes, he gets it! That's a Radley's. Wins the game. Radley Walters. And here's the end of battle results for that game, and we can see that YoMamas managed to get an ace tanker in the Strv 103B, the tier 10 Swedish plat pack. He also managed to get a duelist for taking out 2 tanks who damaged him, and that was the T49 and the Super Conqueror. He got a fire effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly in that game. A Radley Walters Medal, an epic medal for killing at least 8 enemy vehicles, a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. And his win rate from that game was 7,533, which is Super Unicum standard. If we look at the team scores, we can actually see, yes, he did get the highest damage in the game. 6,220 hit points of damage from the spotting hill down near the water. And it's surprising that somebody who's so far away from the main action that was going on, well, he was doing most of the damage to the enemy tanks as they were exposing themselves. And he also managed to get the highest damage, the highest number of kills in the game as well. He managed to get 8 kills. The next high scorer was the Emil 2 with 3. And then there was a bunch of tanks who managed to get 2 kills, including the Batchat 25 ton, a Mouse, a Super Conqueror gun carriage, rather, I should say, and the T49. When it came to base XP, there was only 2 tanks who managed to get over 1,000 base experience points. The Emil 2 got 1,091, but YoMamas managed to get 1,103, and he was the top scorer in all 3 columns. He fired 32 rounds, got 24 direct hits and 19 penetrations, and 6,220 hit points of damage, of which 6,038 were at more than 300 meters. Yes, that was all the shots that were actually fired from the hill. He received 4 hits from the enemy, only one of which was a penetration, and that was the T49 round that went through the side of the vehicle, or was it the Super Conch? I think it was actually the Super Conch that actually did the penetrating round. 2 hits by way of non-penetrations, one of those was Jaeger, and another round that was fired from the pattern right on top of the hill, but bounced off the armour, and 3 hits by way of splash damage, and that included the T49 and the Conqueror gun carriage, and he got 2 hits in that Conqueror gun carriage. Block damage of 1,370 hit points in total, spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 8, and did 264 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 58,776 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 11,331 credits. He picked up 12 bonds for the awards in those battles, and 1,654 XP times 5 for the first victory of the day took away 8,272 experience points altogether. What a great game it was in the Strv 103B. I was a bit worried that I might not be able to record this video, but thankfully YoMamas does have access to OBS, and so he was able to put together a video file, albeit that I think the graphic settings were on low quality, and I know a lot of top players do that deliberately so that they can get the shots in on ridgelines, the first shots, the moment the enemy's seen it. I don't know if you've seen True Voodoo. He's actually pointed that out, that his settings are deliberately set low so the moment an enemy tank goes over a ridgeline, instead of the grass concealing them, they appear straight away, and that way he can get a shot in before the enemy does if they're using all the high graphic settings. So that's the reason why there's a slight difference between the graphical representations. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our video our channel, and thank you for watching.